Howdy folks, I'm out here today. I'm going to play with Smudge a little bit, a game that she has taken to liking. Now, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people that watch this video that think that I am making her aggressive or something other like that, when they really don't understand that this activity is just play and it has nothing to do with aggression. Even though she's going to be making some growling sounds and stuff like that, and you'll see my other dog is going to come up and I'll sit him down and shake his hand and stuff like that, and you'll see, and I'll do those things while I'm still wrestling with her. I've already been doing it a little bit and I'm out of breath because she doesn't run out of energy. She's not quite 2 years old yet, so she's still teenager-ish. You know, 1 year to us is 7 to them, at least physiologically. So she's not quite 14 dog years old yet. So she still has that puppy mentality about her by a far cry. And you see it in so many things, or I see it in so many things that she does, other than this kind of roughhousing that we're going to be doing right now in just a minute when I get her around here. Smudge! Here she comes. And there's the other one. Alright, so here, I've got this. This is actually an old shirt. You'll see it's the same color as the one that I'm wearing. And you see that even now, she's waiting. Hey, come on, come here. Good girl. You're a good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good girl. Alright. So, you see, she knew as soon as the greet was done that it was time to play. Come on, pull it. Come on. And that growl was me, by the way. Come on. Smudge, let go. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. You see how well she listens? And I haven't figured out yet why she throws her foot up there like that. Most of the time she'll take it back down pretty quick. And for some reason or another, my other dog, her name is Smudge, by the way, if I haven't said it already. And his name is Stupid. Come here. Good boy. Good boy. And you see, I've even got him attuned to some hand signals. And Smudge also pays attention to hand signals. Oh, I popped you in the jaw. Sorry about that. Let's see if she'll... Good girl. Good girl. So, you see how well behaved she is? Come on. Let go. Let go. Let go. Alright, here you go. Now, get along, Pool. Go. Get along, Pool. See, she doesn't like it long, like she wants it short. And she's got quite a pool too. Yes, I have to spread myself out to keep her from pulling me over. Come on. Come on. Let's hear one. Do it again. There she goes. Come. All right. Hurry. And she has never made an aggressive move towards anyone short of wanting to play like this. And even that is not aggressive. She starts out, and I can feel her teeth, but as soon as she feels that she's reaching through the glove, and you know, because the glove has some play in it, you know, it's like, just as an example, I've got the fingers extended or, you know, pulled down a little bit, so you see I mashed the glove flat. Well, up here on my hand, it's still loose on my fingers, so when she grabs, as soon as she feels that the glove has collapsed against my finger or hand or wherever she happens to grab, she stops. Come on. And I cannot, not that I want her to. Good girl. Good girl. Hey. But I have not yet figured out how to get her to shake. I've worked with her a little bit. Good girl. To try to teach her how to do this. And I'm sure that I'm not doing it right. I've not looked up how to do it or anything. Alright. Can I have your foot? Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. See, I have not learned myself how to teach her to do that yet. But when she's got a mind on this right here, it is all she wants to do, just about. And I will quit long before she is interested in quitting. Come on. And even, come on. Come on. But she lets go of it. See? She's not like all those pit mixes that you see when people are trying to talk about how they're such bad, aggressive dogs, and they show a dog running up a tree and grabbing a leather strap or ball or something or other and just hanging there. The dog has been trained to do that. And just because they have the jaw strength to do it doesn't mean that that's their reason for living. You know, they have just been trained to do that. I could just as easily say that those circus performers that you see spinning around on the rope, hanging on to something with their teeth, are aggressive. They have been trained to do it. I mean, and yes, humans have to work a little more to get the jaw strength and the neck strength and whatnot to be able to hold on and do such things. And the dogs do it naturally, but that doesn't make them aggressive. It just makes them have strong jaws. Because think about it. Before we had domesticated dogs, alright? Now, you see how easily she just let go of that? With a single vocal command from me, she stopped immediately. No. No. Okay. Okay. Here. good girl. But that's because from the time she was here, which she was about 6 weeks old when I found her, and yes, she is a foundling. Somebody abandoned her. But from the time I've had her here, I have paid attention to her like most new parents will pay attention to their newborn child. See, she's losing interest in tug of war now. She just wants to chew on it. Come here. Smudge. See, that was my fault. I was sitting in a different position than I would normally be in playing this game with her, and she wasn't entirely sure about what I was telling her to stop doing. There we go. But we forget, or many of us do, that before dogs were domesticated, they were wolves, or something like the wolf. And they hunt other animals, and so they had to have the jaw strength to tear through the hide, and the way that they would literally divide a kill up between them is you'd have several dogs on one carcass, and they'd all be pulling against each other, and that's basically what she's doing here. And I don't know why I didn't think about this earlier, but when she puts her foot up, whichever one she puts up, here, I'll get her to do it right quick. Come on. Come on. Well, I'm going to try to get her to do it. She sure knows when to take advantage too. She pulls when I'm adjusting my hands. Come on. Come on. Use a foot. Well, she's not going to do it now, but anyway, when they would be pulling against each other, there she goes, like that right there. She's trying to get a little bit more leverage on the piece that's in her mouth to make it rip, like that. So if there are 3, 4, 5 dogs pulling in all different directions, then dogs, wolves, whatever, and they put their foot up there on it, it helps pull against. It's like when we eat beef jerky. You know, that stuff is so tough, you get it in your back teeth, and you bite down and you to tear it. And that's what she's doing with such strong jaws and with such strong forward body strength and forward shoulder strength and whatnot. Her back end is used primarily for balance and for them to get better speed. But I'm about done now because she's got me out of breath. And see, there's another thing that she does right then. I don't know if you caught it on in the video or not. What she did is she reached up. I'm not even right there, I think. When she was reaching for this, she caught the corner of my glove, and immediately she let go of it. She recognized what it was and knew that it wasn't the thing for her to be pulling on, and let go of it. Just like, let go. Just like when we're wrestling, like this. You're a good girl. Pretty girl. See, like that. She knows it's okay. And sometimes she'll get a little rambunctious and will bite a little bit hard, or I'll have my hand too far down her side, and she'll whip her head around and grab a little bit of tender right there, but she lets go of it right away, and she's not meaning to be aggressive by any means. And you can tell that by the fact that she does let go of the tender right there or over there when she grabs it. You know, and she has even learned that when we're playing without the chew toy or the old shirt or whatever, that she can grab and be rough and bite as hard as she wants to, that she will actually aim for these large cuffs on my glove because she wants to grab it and take control of it, or you know, but it's all in play. So you folks that are afraid of pit bulls and pit mixes, you're a little bit ridiculous, I think. You know, she goes with me into the stores that I'm allowed to carry her into, which aren't many, because you know, she's not a trained service dog or emotional support dog, although she is an emotional support dog. My life has turned around a lot since I got her. Much more positive outlook on life and everything, and I hope that you can see that in the relationship that I just showed that her and I have right now, just for this little short video. The other dog, he was emotional support as well, but I didn't bond with him like I have Smudge. Now, when new people come up here, or just people that aren't up here on a regular basis, she does get excited and she jumps, but she's not lunging. She'll jump up on her hind legs and put her feet on a person just like any excitable dog does. And I know you're familiar with what I'm talking about, but you know, back to carrying her places with me, you know, I'm allowed to carry, or you know, people can bring their dogs to places like Lowe's and Home Depot and a couple other hardware stores that we have in town. There's a couple of pawn shops in town that I'm allowed to carry her into, and you know, obviously places like Tractor Supply, Agri Supply, Petco, PetSmart, and you know, there are a few places, and whenever I'm going to a series of places that I can carry her into that she doesn't have to wait in the truck, I carry her. Now sometimes I'll stop by somewhere that she has to wait in the truck, but typically I leave the fan going and I'll let the radio sit there and play. I keep an extra set of keys with me so I can lock the truck and leave the switch on. Leave a window cracked, leave the fan going, leave the radio playing, and I have even left the camera in the truck recording her to see what her behavior is, and it's always, she's looking out for me. You know, she whines and cries until I get back to the truck, and she paces back and forth. One time there was a food wrapper, I think it was a cheeseburger wrapper from McDonald's, and you know, it didn't have anything left in it, maybe the little cheesy triangles, that she tore up in the truck, and I was back to the truck before she had even got into it good. I mean, she had grabbed it and opened it up a little bit and ripped it in half, but she hadn't shredded it, you know. And she's pretty good about staying in the truck. Come here. Smudge, come on. Smudge. See my other dog. Come here, sugar. Sit down. Sit down. Good girl. But you see, she's smelling, but she's not trying to lick me in the mouth and stuff like that, because quite frankly, that's disgusting. To let a dog lick you in the face, or you know, to let a dog lick you anywhere really, if you don't immediately go and wash your hands after they get done licking you, because you know, she licks her lady parts, she licks her backside right below her tail, you know, because they have a gland back there that they have to keep clean. Not to mention some of the things that I have seen her try to eat. You know, I've seen her try to eat poop of all sort and whatnot. So it's disgusting to let them lick you, especially in the face. But in carrying her into these places, there are always going to be people around that are misinformed about dogs and they're afraid of them. And to be quite honest with you, I've been attacked by a dog. And it wasn't a pit bull, it was a chow. It was a full-blooded black chow. And I was 16 or so years old. There's a tooth scar, but it ate both hands and both of my forearms up because I was protecting my face. And it was my fault. I was young and stupid and didn't know how to handle the dog, and the owner of the dog, rather than going after it herself, and my daddy, because it was one of my daddy's girlfriends, they sent me after the dog. Well, I mean, come on, I'm 16 years old, 150 pounds, and Billy Badbutt. Of course I mishandled the dog, because I didn't know how to. You know, I had only had experience with little dogs up to that point. You know, Pekingese and Boston Terriers and stuff like that. And cats, you know, the occasional cat. But, you know, the fears that people have towards dogs are largely unfounded. And most of the situations where you hear about or see dogs attacking anyone, adult or children, it's most of the time the owner's fault. It's either the owner of the dog who is at fault, or it's the fault of the people who are being attacked because they are taunting the dog. You know, because I was actually, when I was way before 16, I was probably, I don't know, 8 or 9 years old, spending the night, you know, camping out at a friend's house in the yard. We were taunting his dog, and it was a golden retriever as best I remember, and golden retrievers are absolutely wonderful tempered dogs. And we were taunting the dog, and you know, it made the dog mad, and the dog attempted to, which the dog didn't realize it was us children either, because we were in a tent. The dog was walking around the tent, and we were popping the side of the tent, you know, at the dog's shadow or silhouette. So, yeah, we deserved to be attacked. Or we deserved to have our heinies whooped or something or other, because, you know, that wasn't the dog's fault. That was our fault. So, both times that I've had any kind of situation where a dog tried to bite me or whatever, it was my fault both times. You know, when I carry her with me, or even when I carry him with me, he doesn't go with me as much. He's not very well leash trained. He's a good boy, but yeah, he's a good boy. Alright. And he doesn't understand about the personal space. You see, he's trying to get over here and push up against me tight, and he likes to get in my face and stuff like that. So I have to actively keep him back. But you know, people, they're afraid of her, or even him. And I was actually in Lowe's one night, or one afternoon, one day, something or another, and I had Smudge with me, and I come walking up to the register, and there was a lady in there that had another dog, and I assured her that my dog was not going to attack her dog, that they just wanted to smell each other and get to know each other like dogs do. And she did everything she could to keep her dog isolated. You know, and I have another time I was in Lowe's and I was walking up to the register, getting ready to check out or leave the store or something or other like that. And there was a lady in there at the cash register checking out already, and she just about run out of the store to get away from Smudge. And I told her, I said, she won't bother you. I've got her on a leash. She can't get to you unless I get a little close enough to you for her to reach. I'll keep her away from you. Oh, no, she won't have none of that. She wanted me to go somewhere. So I backed on up and let her finish, or either I went on and left. I may not have been checking out. I don't know. But either way, you know, people are silly with their irrational fears. Here's your good boy. All right, go play. There, you see how she just jumped up on his back? Watch, go back to my beginning videos on YouTube and I've got some posted of them two playing. I'll link one in the description under this. I apologize, this has gotten a little bit long, but you folks that are afraid of dogs, learn about them. There's really no need to be afraid of them, because if you know what you're doing and you do it the right way, you can even approach an aggressive dog. And I'm not suggesting that any of you go out there and try, because even I avoid approaching aggressive dogs unless I know the dog already, and unless I know why it's being aggressive, and that's only possible by knowing the dog. Ain't that right? He's your good boy. He's your good boy. But anyway, you know, this is long enough, and I might make another video like this at some point in the future. But anyway, y'all remember Proverbs 18:13, Acts chapter 17 verses 10 and 11, 2 Timothy chapter 2 verse 15. And I'll add another one in there. It's 1 John chapter 3 verse 4. I'll put that in the video description as well. So anyway, I hope to see each and every one of you in the kingdom of heaven. Yahweh bless. You're a good boy. Alright, go on. Go on now. Go play.